You know, we talked about a few things today on the panel, and the one thought I want to leave you with for today is that the notion of mentorship and sponsorship and allyship, Tatiana said it, very well. It's a shifting relationship. It's one where it may start off somewhere and it likely will end somewhere else and then come back to the original point. Don't be afraid to engage your colleagues and your superiors, or even folks more junior than you in your organization. Find that kindred spirit. Find people who you respect, that you find interesting, and begin the dialogue. You may find that you become the mentor as part of that exercise, and you may find that you become the mentee, or you just may find that you made a new friend. But if you start the dialogue, you're not afraid to do so, and you're persistent through that, it will benefit you one way or the other as a person and likely as a professional. So I strongly recommend that you do so, and I'm grateful for the opportunity today to talk to you guys about this. This is something I'm super passionate about. Making sure that I, as a leader, find and grow the next level of leaders to make sure that people have a voice and have a place at the table is at least half of what I do as a vice president at AWS. And I look forward to having another opportunity in the future to talk to you guys about this and other interesting topics. So thank you, Nancy.
Olivia, can you go to the next slide? Okay, that's fine. I will be slide support. Oh, okay, sorry. Go ahead, Olivia. Olivia, do you want to maybe go back a few slides here? Yeah. Thank you. Wayne? One second here. There you go. You didn't think we'd let you off without talking about our pace of innovation.
Okay, so we'll go through the slides. Just for logistics, who is running the slides? Do I have the ability to do that, or is that being run in the background?
Is the gracious slide?
Okay, let me start off, and we'll figure out how the whole slide thing is going to work in a minute. So one of the things that we were going to talk about earlier today, before the panel session, was a little bit about the pace of innovation at Amazon, and specifically, I'm going to speak about the pace of innovation at AWS. And I wanted to actually show how, in ways that dovetails with the topic that we had today. So Amazon is a technology company. We use technology to innovate on behalf of our customers and to deliver them disruptive value. And one thing that, if you know anything about AWS and Amazon on whole, the pace of innovation is incredibly quick. In many ways, for a company that has been around for 25 years plus, you would expect that the pace of innovation would fit more of a logarithmic curve, flattening to some extent after a long period of time. But instead, what you see on the screen is really more of an exponential curve. The pace of innovation is actually increasing and not decreasing. And the way this happens is, by and large, due to our culture, and also the way we organize. Now, AWS specifically is organized as a set of autonomous businesses. And each of those businesses focuses diligently on our customer and delivering innovative results. And each of those businesses has a dedicated leader, what we often refer to as a single-threaded owner. And their purpose is to fulfill their services objectives on behalf of their customers and deliver those customers the best possible experience that they can for what they do. So if you would, our culture of customer obsession and innovative thinking and autonomous ownership really does result in a flywheel effect. And what you see with this curve is really the flywheel effect of our ability as owners on behalf of our customers to drive innovation at an exponential pace. Now, in addition to that, customer obsession is our start. But two things that we really think about is, first, long-term thinking. We don't think about the next quarter ever. We always think about the next year, the next 5 years, the next 10 years, and more. And a culture like that affords you the ability to take risk and to think for the long term. It also affords you to make mistakes, to have failures, right? To be willing to pursue a business, to pursue an idea that may take years for anyone to really believe that it was the right thing to do. If any of you know anything about Amazon, for years, people have questioned a lot of the businesses that we've gotten into, saying, why are they doing that? And then in the long run, people would come around and say, I now get it. But usually that takes 6 or 10 or more years. An example of that is AWS. When Amazon got into the business of compute infrastructure on demand, people would say, why is a bookseller in the IT business? Why would anybody want to buy compute infrastructure from somebody who runs a retail site? Well, here we are now. It's like 16 years later. And I don't think there's a lot of question on, was it a good idea? Was it the right thing to do? And did it deliver value, disruptive value, to a large set of customers? And is this something that has value for a long period of time? I think the answer is yes. And I want to tie this back to the slide we had up at the very end. Oh, thank you. Our culture of innovation dovetails really well with one of my passions, which is developing leaders by being a mentor, by being a sponsor, and by being an ally. And this, if you would, this virtuous cycle is something that I'm lucky enough to participate in. I consider myself a very lucky leader. And I define luck here as being opportunity and preparation intersecting with one another. And when they do intersect, you have the opportunity to grab that luck. And as a mentor or a sponsor or an ally, I consider myself often lucky to be in the role to fulfill those particular functions or roles with people. Because what happens is that my path and their path intersect. An opportunity has intersected with somebody being prepared. And in doing so, I have the opportunity to work with them, to either mentor them, to sponsor them, or to go all in as an ally, finding them a place at the table, finding them a voice in the room, and supporting that as they make their way forward in what they want to do in their career. So I'm very passionate about this subject. I believe that, again, my role, half of my time really needs to be on finding, growing, and ensuring the success of future leaders. And this ties back to the culture by doing so is a long bet. It's not a quarter-to-quarter exercise. It's something that you invest in. It's something that you invest your personal time and energy in for years, and 1 year, 3 year, 5 years, more years. So, and you're also willing to know that sometimes you're going to fail. And when you do, it shouldn't discourage you, but it should be a lesson learned. And then you understand why it didn't go well as you apply those lessons to other people that you're sponsoring, mentoring, or being an ally for. So this is why I'm passionate and grateful about having this time to spend with you today, to have this conversation. And I look forward to doing it again.
Cool. And next up, we also have remarks from Ying Zhao from ServiceNow. So Ying, as you join us, would love to hear an intro about what you do, what functions you lead at ServiceNow, and also your own words on mentorship and your participation in the Women in Cloud Summit today.
Thank you, Nancy. I really learned a lot from the previous panel discussion. Hello, everyone. I'm Ying Zhao, Director for Cloud Supply Chain Management at ServiceNow. I'm a part of ServiceNow Global Cloud Services team. As a supply chain team, we work with engineers together to ensure our data center readiness for space, bandwidth, hardware, and software to host ServiceNow's customer instance. Next slide, please. ServiceNow believes in the power of technology to create better ways to get work done. Our purpose is make the world of work better for people. As you may know, we are powered by workflow building a single platform. There are 4 main areas: IT workflow, employee workflow, customer workflow, and creator workflow. Whatever your business is facing, we can workflow it. This is my 2nd year of attending Women in Cloud conference. I feel so honored to be the sponsor here, and I'm looking forward to participate one of tomorrow's mentor sessions. As a supply chain professional who manage the cloud procurement, I'm most familiar with our vendor diversity program. Supplier diversity and women lead vendors are always an important part of our global impact strategy to create equitable opportunity. In my 8 years at ServiceNow, I built trusted partnership with many vendors. But among all the vendors, there is one vendor that really dear and near to my heart, is a women lead vendor. We have went through many challenges and new tasks all together. We trust each other for the capability of handle the business well. I also care the vendor, the partner that I'm working with, this incredible woman who share her joy of buying a new house and then move to the next phase of their life. And I also was inspired by her attitude and capability of handle some really difficult life challenges that she was facing. And I share this story because I want to mention that we want to see more women-led vendors in our supply chain ecosystem. And my past experience tells me that some women-led vendors could be really great partners for us. Another thing that I want to share here is COVID has created many changes and challenges to all of us. When I look back how my company is doing, one of the things really stood out is our hiring. We had more than 3,300 new employees joining us digitally and remotely since COVID started, which is about a quarter of our company's workforce as of today. HR onboarding, ramp up, training to bring them to the same productivity level. I feel that our company did a great job. So in my team, we actually had 1/4 of the team joining remote as well. This include contractor and include interns who received the returning offer for this upcoming summer. So I have never seen them face to face, but I rarely feel the difference. Kind of never think of that. They are just part of my team. Also, we have new hires. Like I just landed 3 new offers last week, who will join us remotely as well. So as a hiring person, that I feel that during this challenging time, I could possibly share some useful experience for the people looking for advice of landing a job in this new world. So I'm just hoping that the mentor sessions I can giving back to the community. The session, the previous mentor session mentioned that during COVID, finding a mentorship is really hard. But for me personally, I think of mentorship more often than before because of we are being siloed, because of we don't know, have the opportunity to find answers quickly. So I was kind of always having this in mind. And I just feel that this is awesome opportunity for me, and then continue build the network and contribute to the community. Thank you very much.